Okay, so I'm going to try to help a friend here repair an oval that she inserted into a circle. She's trying to make a cute little acorn house, but we've got these little lines sticking out that the circle made when the oval went into it. Where to put, so we know where to put it back at. Uh, so we're going to copy this section and then pull it out of the wall and then rotate it so it's facing on an east plane. The reason is the line tool doesn't work particularly well if you're facing any other direction, just because of the inadequacies of the engine. So let's do a copy of it real quick. So I'm going to paste it down and then rotate it so the jagged lines I want to repair are facing to the east. There we go. It looks like I got part of the oval too. So see how it's kind of deformed and lumpy. We're going to have to do several tricks to get this to become perfectly smooth. But first things first, we're going to take the line tool and we're going to connect this voxel, each voxel on the bottom row, one by one to the top voxel, kind of like knitting together, sewing together a seam. If you consider these two sides of the seam, and we're using the line tool like a thread to go back and forth between them and close it up together. So I start with the line tool on the bottom, connect it one voxel up. And it makes them a nice, sharp 45-degree angle. And then what I'm going to do when I'm done with that is I'm going to copy it, rotate it back, and paste it back in. And I have one jagged line here. That's because it's pulling this out of shape. And the way to fix that, of course, is to copy it out, paste it. So I'm going to paste it again, but I'm going to rotate it so I can get this section right here smooth. Note that every time you use the line tool, you're adding a small amount of volume to the voxel. So overuse of it, you can make your objects bigger than you intended. So keep that in mind. And that smoothed it out a little, but it's still not perfect. So let's see what else I can do. Another thing you can do is you can always copy a section that you like and paste it over a section you don't like. This will still cause a little jaggedness because the angle of approach on this line is not the same as the angle of approach that's on this line. So if I copied this over this, I would not get a good result potentially. So I'll try the next thing, I'll try repairing this and see if that straightens up the voxel it connects to. So let's try that next. Looks like I didn't get enough of it. Let me get more of it. So I'm going to knit together the other row that had the nasty curved line I didn't want. And you see it pulled that other line that I wasn't too fond of right here. Actually pulled it up when I pulled the voxel next to it up. Now let's try pasting this in. I might blast it with smooth before I do it, just to get a more rounded feel, but it may not make the oval look as crisp as it did before if I do that, so it's a kind of a trade-off. But as long as it's the exact same on all sides, that'll probably be okay. Yeah, I don't like the way it melts it. So I rotated it compared to what I had so I could get it in place while I could still see it. I don't have much room to work with up here, otherwise I'd do it just right next to it. Okay, so that smoothed out that line but made a jaggedness in there. I needed to paste that without error apparently. Then this, I will try one more time with the line tool. I actually would use different shapes to try to fix this instead normally, but this is one way that is a quick and dirty fix that usually will give a decent job. And then you find touch-ups with any kind of shape manipulation. And then I'm going to try again to paste the side I like of the hexagon onto the side I don't like. Fix that interior. Now let's see if I can fix this exterior. All I have left is that one piece right there, and I will do something like tackle it with a shape, probably in a regular voxel or stretched voxel, to get it to fill back out. And it looks like I worked it on the inside by doing all that. And now I've just attacked it with the smooth tool out of frustration. Further repair of this would probably require zero volume voxel use. Because I've added volume to the shape I'm trying to have go flush, and since it's at an angle, it don't want to. So I'd have to get some other shapes and put them in there, force that to happen. So let me see what I can do. I think that's probably about as good as it's going to get. And you see how there's shading on this side of the hexagon here, where you get this kind of striped look from the voxel faces being collapsed. The way to fix that is to take the line tool. You draw from the good part of the line tool to the part that's got the bad shading, just in a little straight line like that. And then you end up with a nice smooth face. So there you go, a lot of elbow work getting that to go flat, and it's still not perfect, but once you get one side you can just copy it into all the others, so you only have to do it once really. That little trick does not work on angles, as you can see. But what you can do is copy out the inside where you don't have the shading and it's perfectly straight to the one edge there on the outside. Only copy one deep. You copy two deep, you're going to mess up your connection. If you copy one deep, it'll force these guys here next to it into line and probably smooth it out.